Good morning. This is Margaret Fetty at the University of Sewing at the Tailored Fit, and welcome to Facebook Live. So we were gone, as you know, if you've been watching regularly, but if you were a first-time viewer, I want to let you welcome you, number one, and number two, if you haven't heard the news, Dave and I got married. So we got married a couple weeks ago, and then last week I was gone, and well, he was gone with me, and we went to the Rockies, and we got to see grizzly bear and elk and all kinds of stuff. It was really an amazing trip, and if any of you are interested, you're here on Facebook, I'll be glad to send you a couple of pictures if that's something of interest to you. I wouldn't want to bore you with my travel time. You didn't go on it, so, sometimes that happens. People give us all kinds of information about their travels, and we're not so sure we're really interested that much. We're happy for them, don't get me wrong, but sometimes we're just not interested that much in it. So I will be happy to post some pictures if you guys want me to. But what I thought I would do today is we're back in the saddle again. We're here, and we are going to talk about Bernina sewing machines because it's Friday, and I have some really fun things to show you. I have got my wedding gown here, and obviously this is a little bit untraditional, but this isn't my first marriage, so we didn't do something real traditional. But before we do that, I'm going to let you meet Dave, my husband, and he's usually the one behind the cameras, but right now we're going to let Denise take over for a minute. And you got to see Denise last week, I'm sure. I'm hoping you went and watched her. If you didn't, you can go back and watch her video on what she did last week, because last week her wonderful husband, Pat, thank you, Pat, took videos of all of my staff and what they made for our wedding. And if you haven't seen that video from Saturday, you should do that. So Dave, why don't you come on over here and say hello to everybody.
Hi.
So he's usually the one behind the camera.
I'm much more comfortable on the other side of the camera.
So he and I are now married for how many weeks now? Two tomorrow. So I'm going to let him take the camera back, and I'm going to let Denise go back to the computer and talk to you guys so that she can see all the wonderful things you guys are posting. But I want to remind you that if you share this event, which we're just, a few minutes into it now, share it. If you want to share this event, you can be entered into winning a prize from us. We've been doing giveaways for the last few weeks. And this week, I've got this really cute set of 5-inch squares called Double-In Chips. It's a Northcott product. It's very beautiful. It's got a whole group of different colors, and I'm hoping that that is visible. But these are from, your standard cream and gray and black to all these gorgeous like lemons and limes and beautiful pinks and purples and blues. And that is our giveaway for this week. So share our Facebook Live, and we would love to have you do that. Okay, so here's the wedding gown. And what this is made up of, it's actually 2 dresses and a jacket. The first one that's most obvious to you is this embroidered netted lace. And this, I ended up, I was really surprised. I tried a couple of different things to sew this, and what it turned out was the easiest way to sew this particular dress was just a regular straight stitch on my 880, but to finish off the edges, what I did, and Dave, if you can get in here real close to show people, I used my 890 and my 2-thread rolled hem stitch to do this edging. And I did that, this is a sleeveless garment, and so I did that on the armholes and on the neck, and that finished off everything really quite nicely. Now this fabric doesn't fray, and I could have just cut it, but I didn't think that would look very finished, so I went ahead and did this. Underneath this dress is some of our beautiful silk cotton blend, and this fabric it looks like silk satin on the outside, but on the inside it looks like a cotton. And so what I did with this one is I actually used my 890 serger, and I did a 3-thread overlocker stitch on the edge, and I used the chain stitch as the main stitch for the seam. And I tried using my regular straight stitch. I tried doing a couple of other things. It turned out this was the prettiest finish, and it ended up looking very nice. The seams ended up coming out very beautifully. And then I just did a rolled hem on the bottom, and actually I'm gonna have to, I think I might have given this to one of the girls to finish for me. They were very sweet. And the neck edge and the armholes, what we did with that was we put a binding on it. So that was that part of the dress, and this fabric is available here at the shop. It really was a comfortable dress. A lot of times silk in the summertime can feel hot. This did not feel hot at all. It was very comfortable, and it was very flowy and pretty, and I really enjoyed that. But of course, we got married on May the 8th, and that day it started off kind of cool, and so I wanted a jacket so I wouldn't be uncomfortable. So I bought this jacket at Mirth, and then what we did was we took the lace that I had bought in here, and we added these. Actually, this is like several different pieces. We kind of overlapped them and did that. And by the way, Kayla, thank you for doing this for me. And then she hand stitched the final product onto this jacket. So if at some point in time I want to just be able to wear the jacket, we can just easily remove it. So that was all we had. Oh, and we did these cute little pieces right here too. They were very sweet. So it turned out very pretty. I'll go ahead later today and I'll post a picture from the wedding so you get to see that. But I thought you guys would want to see the dress. I mean, we all love to sew, and I thought this might be interesting to you. And the fact that I was able to do most of it with some really simple techniques. I mean, most of you quilters can do binding. Most of you can sew a straight seam. There wasn't anything really complicated about this. But you know, one of the things about clothing has always been, when we sew clothes, how do we get things to fit? And that really discourages a lot of people from sewing clothes. So I want you to keep an eye on our calendar, because we are going to be introducing a club for you to join if you would like to learn about clothing sewing and about fitting. We are going to be offering a club about that, and I believe we're going to introduce that probably in September. We're working on the details of it right now. It is going to be available both as something that you can do. It'll be available for people if they want to. They'll be able to come in and do some things with us here in person. But I'm mostly doing this so that anybody who is throughout the country, if you have been watching any of our Facebook Lives, you're interested in, you always seem to be so enthusiastic about our clothing things that we do here and how much knowledge we have about that. And so what we're thinking is that this is going to be something that no matter where you live, you join this club, you're going to get an email every week, and you're going to get a chance to talk to us via Zoom once a month. And we will be sending out information and things that I think anyone who wants to do clothing sewing, it would be a super helpful thing for them, especially the fitting part, because that's the tough part. And most of us have really struggled with that part of it. Well, I have 30 years of experience doing this, and I want to share it with you guys. And so we'll include tips and tricks about using your sewing machines. We'll include all the things that we do as far as fitting and how we go about it. And we're going to do it for a variety of body shapes, because we have that variety of body shapes here working in the shop, so that'll work. So let's talk about the Bernina sewing machines today. And I want to tell you that today and tomorrow are the end of our premier package event. If you aren't aware of what that is, what that means is that if you want to buy a 790 or you want to buy an 880, what you are going to find is that with that purchase, you can pick either a Bernina 480 sewing machine, you can pick the embroidery software, the 0.2 version of our embroidery software, or you can get an L460 serger, and you can pick one of those as a free present to get with this machine. Now remember, when you buy a 790 or an 880, they come with an embroidery unit. They come with 360-degree sewing on them. They have a huge package of decorative stitches and alphabets that come with them, including in the embroidery part, there's alphabets. You have a huge selection of things that you can do with these machines. Now, you saw those 3 presents that you could potentially get. Well, if those aren't something that you're interested in right now, and maybe what you would like instead is you thinking, well, maybe what I really need, if I'm going to get that big of a sewing machine, it's going to have the embroidery unit on it. It might be a really good idea if I have a cabinet to go with it. Well, what we can do is, instead of doing one of those 3 presents that I just mentioned, we can do a really big discount on your cabinet. So you could get a 790 and a really discounted cabinet with it, so that you're set up and ready to go at home with the perfect Bernina package. It's only available for 2 more days here in the shop. Please come in and see us. We want to show you this. We know you will love these 2 machines. It's just, which one do you want? So come in, see us. We're at 611 West 11th Street in Bloomington, Indiana. Don't forget, we also have our website that you can purchase things. We just put a bunch of different things on the website that have been really discounted. And some of you have taken advantage. Thank you for the gal in Texas who just recently purchased things from us. We've had people from Louisiana, from Missouri, from Utah, all over the country buying from us. And we really hope that you will share this with your friends and let them know, if they sew, we sell clothing fabric that is really unique. We sell very wonderful, beautiful quilting fabric. We have all the notions for you to be able to do it, and you have us as a resource. So if you're working on something and you're like, oh, I just bought this wonderful knit, but I'm not sure how to set up my sewing machine, we can tell you which needle to get, what thread to buy, how to set your machine up so that it will give you the best results. We are here as your resource, and we love to help our customers. Everyone in the shop sews. If you watched last Saturday's Facebook Live, you know how talented my staff is. They are just absolutely amazing. And by the way, I have to thank them once again for taking over while Dave and I were gone. It was really so helpful. I didn't have to worry about anything while I was gone. I'm extremely grateful for that. So, we've got these great sewing machines available. We just got in a new 890 machine available to go out the door. 890, that L890 is the wonderful new air threader from Bernina. And if you haven't sat down and gotten a demo on that, I'm telling you, once you sit down and sew on that, you're going to think, what in the world am I doing with any other serge or cover stitch machine? Because this thing will make it's so easy. And I know that Denise is over here, and I'm gonna see if I can get her to peek out for a minute, because guess who I forced to use it the other day? Yeah, this is really funny. I did, well, force is maybe a little strong, but
You didn't have to twist my arm too hard.
No, I didn't. But didn't you get a chance to use the L890? And you say all the time how much I love that machine.
Every time Margaret sits down at that machine, she just oohs and ahs, and I finally said, okay, I need to play with it. And now I know why she oohs and ahs. And of course I had to go home and tell my sweet husband what a lovely machine it was.
And
it
you
really
know
is
what?
super cool.
We do trade-ins. We do trade-ins. So do not hesitate right now. You know, we make deals on the spot for you. If you're going to come in here and you're paying cash, we make really good deals for that. But don't worry about it if you don't have cash. One of the really wonderful things we've got right now is Synchrony. If you go, and we've got this form right here. It's available until July 31st. You can sign up for the Bernina credit card, and they send you a $100 Visa gift card.
That's a lot of fabric.
That's a lot of fabric. Oh my gosh, that would be so much fun. So you can sign up for the Bernina credit card. You can do it right now at home. All you have to do is go on our website and you'll see the link right there to sign up for the credit card. Once you've done that, come in and get this form from us and we'll get you all set up so you get your $100 Visa credit card. I mean, that's going to be so much fun to use.
Think of how many projects you could do with that. You could do garments, you could do quilts, you could...
Well, you
so
could
many
also get the feet that you wanted, the extra feet you wanted with your machine.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
you know, if you're thinking that you might want to get an 880 or a 790 in these next 2 days, while this very special sale is going on, we can show you how to get the best discounts on it. We can show you how you can get, you can do the credit card if you want. We can make sure, we can walk you through everything. It's really not hard. I promise you that it's a fun experience to come in here and see all the wonderful things. We've had some customers who just come in, because you know the mask mandate has been removed.
Yay!
So now I'm gonna just tell you, if for some reason you still need to wear a mask, you are so welcome to do that. We are just fine with that. Don't worry about that. Wear your mask if you feel more comfortable. If you want us to wear one while we're working with you, all you have to do is ask, and we will happily do that.
Absolutely.
No, I don't want anybody to feel uncomfortable. I want you to know that you are welcome, and we will accommodate you. But the thing you really want to do is come in and try using these machines. Do a demo on them.
Goodness.
They're so much fun. They're so fun to use.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And we take
Easy.
trade-ins. We'll take your trade-in. Even if you have, you know, say you bought, just last year you bought a 570. And you decide now, oh, I really need that 790. We'll trade that in.
Because that never
for you.
happens, haha.
Oh my goodness, it happens more than people realize. If you have a Bernina serger and you are ready to go up to these air sergers, we've got the 850 here in stock. We've got the 890 here in stock. We can get you the right machine for what you want. You just need to come in and try it. They are so much fun to use. There's a little bit of a learning curve, but honestly, once you get comfortable with them, you will never go back. It's just so weird. I mean, I've tried using other machines and think, oh my gosh, this feels so clunky. It feels uncomfortable. It's not sewing the way I want.
And of course, the tutorial part was my favorite on the 890, because so many times when you're switching stitches, especially on a serger, you have to dig out your manual and find the page and go
You
through step by
don't have
step.
to do that.
Holy cow, was it easy? It
Yeah.
walks you through every single step. The
And it
machine walks you through it.
It has a video to show you.
Yeah.
So you don't have to get you know what? I admitted something to her the other day. She cracked up. I've never even opened up the manual for the 890. I have no idea what it even looks like,
I
to
don't
be
know
honest.
that there's a reason to, because it's all right there.
It's all right there. I've not needed it. It's the most amazing
It
thing.
is really
It's so
fun.
much fun. Oh my goodness, it's so much fun.
It is.
And I have been able to do things like my wedding gown, which was out of silk and cotton. I've been able to do how many knit tops have I made since this has been going on?
Oh,
And
30
dresses,
maybe?
and dresses.
Yes.
I've been but I've also done some of those beautiful rayons that we carry. I have made 3 dresses out of those, and I don't know that I even went over to the regular sewing machine when I was working on those.
Oh, I don't think you did.
I think I used the 890 for everything.
Well, even the thing that I was working on the other day, I mean, quilters don't typically think about using a serger. The quilt top that I had to work on, the fabric had frayed quite a bit, and we decided to serge the edges of it just to preserve it while it was going through the quilting process.
Right, because I
I
was telling you that if we didn't do that, you were probably going to end up losing more than a 1/4 inch around those outside edges.
Yep.
And the nice thing about this is that it held your backing, your batting, and your piece of, this was before. Oh, you just did the
This
top
was
on
just
this.
the top
But
this
you
time.
can also do this to help you bind a quilt.
Absolutely.
Because if you've got it all serged, everything stays put, and it makes it so much easier. You know, you could go ahead and use a fusible thread in that serger.
I love that idea.
And you can put your binding on, and then you press it around, and then it holds it in place. It's like a basting thing.
Right.
And then you can just go later and just stitch it back. There's so many things here. You know, we all get kind of used to our sewing machine, but Bernina sewing machines give you so many options. They give you so many different things you can do and use, and to be creative.
That's
And
exactly
you can
it.
set things up exactly for the fabric you have, for the stitching you want to do, no matter, I mean, you know, on that serger, I don't think I showed you, there's a fashion consultant.
Oh, like on the machine?
Like on your home sewing machine.
Ooh.
There's a fashion consultant, which means that you can say, I'm going to be working with a lightweight woven, and it will set the tensions properly for that.
I love that on my domestic machines.
It's really so helpful because sometimes we're working with fabric we're not used to.
Right.
And if you're working with, say, like a netted tulle, how many of us work with tulle? Not very often.
Never.
It's usually, well, it's usually around someone's wedding.
Right. Yes.
Your granddaughter's getting married, your daughter's getting married, and or you're doing something for a costume for one of the kids,
Yes.
grandkids, and you all of a sudden have to work with a project, and you're working with a fabric you don't understand that well.
Sure.
The wonderful thing about the Fashion Consultant, which is available on our 4 series, 5 series, or 7 series, and our 8 series, and our L890, is you just go into the computer and you tell it the kind of fabric you're using. I'm going to do a straight stitch. I'm going to do cover stitch. I'm going to do embroidery.
Oh, yep. It does.
It sets everything up for you.
And if I remember right, that fashion consultant has a huge variety of types of fabrics.
It goes everywhere from a lightweight woven fabric all the way to fur and leather.
That's what I thought. Yes.
It's amazing. And it tells you what needles to use.
It
And
does.
it tells you how to, I mean, if you've never seen that, it might be something that you could really use. So please ask us to demo these machines for you and see why you need a Bernina sewing machine. Because I'll
And
tell
why-
you, they're the best.
And why we love them.
Yeah, it's
Yes, we
why
do.
we love them. So, okay, everybody, I am quite sure I've taken and talked your ears off. I am so happy we could be here with you today. Tomorrow we're going to be back.
You want to talk about the 35? You're going to save that for later.
Oh, I forgot about the Bernette 35. Yes, let's talk about the Bernette 35. We have had a really hard time getting in basic sewing machines. The kind of machine you want to give to your granddaughter, your daughter, something that is for the person who's just learning to sew and they're trying to get comfortable with machines. Well, we just got in this Bernette 35, and if Dave can get up here closer and show them the various stitches, there's not a lot, but that's why we're calling it a basic machine. It does do a 4-step buttonhole. It has some decorative stitches. It has the ability to change your stitch width, and it's very, very simple to use. It's got the front loading bobbin, which I prefer. I think it does a nicer stitch with the front loading bobbin, but some people might have a problem with that. So I just want you to know that if you like the standard bobbin case with a bobbin in it, that's what this has. It comes with a variety of feet, and we have it available right now for you for $303.
We've got somebody getting one for their camper.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
That's a fantastic idea.
Oh, it is. It's a wonderful idea. Or your boat. Are you coming down to the lake and you're camping, or you're coming down to the lake and you are doing some stuff and you have a boat, a houseboat down at the lake, maybe this would be the perfect sewing machine because it's not going to take up a lot of room. It's pretty lightweight. I think it's under 10 pounds. It is just got the basic stuff you need to get your projects going. And then when you go home, you can do all the fancy stuff on your good machine. So this is a great travel machine. It is a great machine for, like I said, if you've got a youngster who's coming up and interested in sewing, this is a fantastic machine for them. Don't forget, though, we have all these other machines. We've got the Bernina Academy 05, which comes with 13 feet, and it comes with a variety of stitches. It has some other nice features, like you can control how hard it presses down on the fabric. That is a nice feature that you don't usually see on the low-end machines. We've got it on sale right now for $3.98. We've got we've got this straight serger here in the Bernina line. This is a really nice little serger. And by the way, this has got the full price on it, but this is 20% off too. On this particular machine, which is the Bernina 48, it is a cover stitch serger combination. Again, just like the 44, it's going to come with all your tools on board. It comes with a very good diagram of how to switch the stitches. And this one, you will have to go to your manual to see how to go between the cover stitching and the serging. This little guy is a Fun Lock 42. I got to test our 2 new ones that we've just gotten in. We've got this on sale for $5.02. It is a cover stitch exclusive sewing machine, and it does a very nice job. It is perfect for the budget-minded person who's just getting into this and they want to learn. It's not got a super amount of power, so you're not going to be able to power through really heavy stuff, but it is going to be perfect for most of your knit projects. And again, I already told you about the Academy 05. Now, I want you to see right down here, we've got a 590. The 590 is a demo unit, and this machine is normally $81.99. And look at what we've got it on sale for right now. It's for $64.99. It is a great, great deal. We've got several 475s and 480s. We've still got a couple special editions. You better get them while they're here. Or maybe this is our last one. Is this our last one?
I believe it is.
Oh my goodness, this is our last one. So this is the last one we have available. Remember, the special edition with the beautiful peacock cover, it comes with your own travel bag and it comes with a walking foot. It's a really wonderful deal. And remember, we give cash discounts. So come in, try these machines. You will love them. They are so wonderful. And we would really like to put you into one of these. Remember, our Berninas have the big jumbo bobbins. And those jumbo bobbins are going to give you the ability to put 70% more thread on a jumbo bobbin. Have a wonderful day, everybody. This is Margaret Fetty from the University of Sewing. Don't forget, you can still share this, and you can be entered into our drawing to win our giveaway. And we're going to probably keep that up for a couple more weeks. So keep an eye on us here for Facebook Live. We really have been so appreciative of all of our customers. You've all been so sweet. Everybody has sent us wonderful well wishes and been so kind. And we have this wonderful customer we've had a couple who've been very, very sweet and kind to us and given us even gifts, which please don't do that. We have enough. We have all the stuff we need. But it was really sweet that people thought of us. We can't tell you how much we appreciated it. So everybody have a wonderful Friday. We will see you tomorrow for Facebook Live and the last day of the premier sewing package event. Come in, get your Bernina. This is the best time in the world to get your high-end Bernina. Have a wonderful day, everybody. We'll see you soon. universityofsewing.com. See you tomorrow.